Hi, ladies. Jan Copeland. I thank you for being here. I am really excited about to share with you about this opportunity of being an ambassador and what it means and what benefits will be for you, and really what it means for all the women that are positively affected by this women's movement, and which is what I'm getting ambassadors for. So welcome, welcome, welcome. If you have any questions, if you put your cursor to the bottom, you'll see a bunch of things along the bottom, one of which is chat, so that you can just chat, and then I will answer your questions at the end. I want to be respectful of your time. It's a Friday, and I like to be bright, be brief, be gone, as I learned in corporate. So I'll try to be as succinct as I can. So I have notes so that I can stay on task. All right. So background on what even this is about. So when I was an agent, I moved to a brand new market. I moved to a market and I was there 30 days when I decided to get my real estate license. I knew absolutely no one. I'm from Philly, and I have more a Philly accent, although now that I've been in Virginia 20 years, I kind of have I say y'all sometimes, but I consider myself a northerner Philly girl. And I moved to a town where people say back air and five and stuff like that. So like I was totally like, I don't know, they called me a blow-in, okay? So that's just so you know where I was. And out of the top 5 agents in the market, 4 were men, 1 was a woman. So what I did was, having been in corporate, I had some guts. So I went and approached each of those top 5 agents. And 3 of the guys laughed at me and are like, I'm sorry, what are you here for? Yeah, go. They were too important for me. Okay. And then the one lady would let me work her open houses. And really that's what took off my business. But, I'm not bashing men at all. I have 3 sons. I have 3 brothers, and I love my dad, love my husband. So this isn't about that. But you'll see as I share my story, like why I became a coach specifically, exclusively for women, okay? So I looked at those guys, and I was like, okay, they are the what you think of when you hear the guru say, pound the phones, knock on doors, it's a numbers game kind of thing, okay? They had their SEO down, and they were very arrogant, okay? And as I became, like the one guy I had to unfriend because I dethroned him. And that was my goal before I left, to dethrone him, and I did. But anyway, I guess I realized back then, I'm like, man, okay, I talk funny. I'm different, okay? I'm from business, so it's not like I just, didn't know what I was doing business-wise. And I'm going to have to do it my way, because I'm not going to be pounding the phones. I'm not going to be pounding on doors. And I don't like the whole numbers thing. I'm doing this because I love houses and I love interior design and stuff like that. So I didn't realize it at the time, but I was putting into practice what I share with my coaching clients now, which is to be who you are, right? So what I did was I loved being around business women. And so I went to the Chamber of Commerce book, and I pulled out all the interior designers, because I love that. I pulled out all the hairdressers, and I would go visit them. And I launched a monthly networking event. So the monthly networking event was strictly for women. We had 80 to 100 people every month. I got hundreds of thousands of dollars in business up from it. It worked because I was in a very rural market where they had never heard of a specifically just a woman's event. Okay. So the interesting thing is that before that, when I was in corporate, I met my husband and moved to Virginia, DC actually, from Philadelphia area. And I was bored. And so eWomen Network, if you've ever heard of it, I think it's great, eWomenNetwork.com. They tapped me to open the DC market. And I had a little, like a 3-year, actually it was 1.5. And I said, okay, I'll do it. And so that's where I kind of learned how to facilitate a networking event. But I just wanted to share that with you because from the eWomen Network in DC, when I was a business coach, actually. I just coached entrepreneurial women. I was ICF certified, which is the International Coach Federation. So like I was an entrepreneur, okay? Because with this, my baby, who's now going to be 20 next month, he had some breathing issues and had to go in NICU. So I didn't want to go back to corporate, okay? So anyway, what I noticed, you know how God takes you through things in life? It's funny. What I noticed was that when women come together, man, there's a synergy, and there is a sisterhood that is unlike anything else. And the third thing is we actually want to be together. I had an event in Tyson's Corner at the Tower Club that was a day for every woman. It was an annual conference like She's Unstoppable Live. And every year we had more and more and more people. And I ended up selling it to somebody there after 6 years. And in my 6th year, we had just under 800 women. And I had Lisa Welchel from The Facts of Life as our speaker. And I guess the feedback that I got from that event and the eWomen Network and then the Women of Winchester is why I'm even doing why I became a coach full time and sold my team, because I'm like, man, there is a hole in coaching. And the interesting thing, ladies, is that I went to a real estate conference in DC in November, and the guys who run, the guys who run Lab Coat Agents, super nice guys. And you probably are members of the Facebook group. They were saying that they had just realized that three quarters of their membership was women. And so he was saying that they were going to make women initiatives. And I'm sitting there thinking, women initiatives? This is a new thing for you? What? Because I've been doing this for 3 years. And then I thought, that's why I did the She's Unstoppable Live last year, because you can only do so much in community like this, all right? Because, and you can do a lot. Please don't misunderstand. We have, in Girls Guide and even She's an Unstoppable Agent groups, we have exchanged well over millions of dollars in referrals, which is commission. So I really feel good about that. But anyway, back to real estate. So I feel like nobody is talking about the dichotomy, if that's the right word, or the difference between the way a man can succeed at real estate and the way a woman succeeds at real estate. Now, I'm more man. I don't know why. Like, I don't take things personally. I'm like a hard charger. But yet I also like the relational and the wearing pink and the earrings, and you know what I mean? So, but I guess I say that most women have a lot of fear. I don't have fear. Like, I have some, but I guess because I do have panic, I had severe panic attacks, like, work's nothing compared to having panic attack, you know? But what I want to say is that part of being an ambassador is that I need to get out the word that women do business differently. So what do I mean? So women are twice as likely to get depressed as men. That's from Psychology Today. I've been doing a lot of research in the last 3 years. So because of that, women need more attagirls. Women need more pick-me-up. Women need more inspiration, which is why I started my daily dose of inspiration, the Daily Diamond, okay? Because that's filling a niche. And I would say on average, every week, I get back at least 50 to 75 that say, I needed this, thank you. I needed this, thank you. Oh my gosh. Men, they don't have some daily email. Like you know what I mean? Men are more goal specific and goal focused, singly. And what I mean by that is that historically, and even to this day, women are usually the ones who, when the kid gets sick, the school calls the mom, rather than the dad. Now, I'm not saying 100%, but I'm saying generally speaking. And then women usually take care of the family schedules. Like the husband will say to the wife, or the wife will say to the wife, one of them, the wife will be the one that says, hey, this is my schedule. This is our holiday schedule. We're going to do this on Thanksgiving. We're going to do this on Christmas. What do you think about this for vacation? Like, women manage a lot. And that's why the fallacy, okay, of my growing up and even in my 20s was balance, work-life balance. But guess what? I reject that wholeheartedly because that's a lie. Because balance means that at any given point, I can do all things. Like I can bring home the bacon fried up in a pan and all those, for the older people that know what I'm talking about with that commercial from the 80s or 70s, I don't know which. But in actuality, it's about the harmonizing of your career with the rest of your life that empowers women. Because we have more to juggle. We have more responsibility other than corporate. In other words, when a man goes to work, they can usually go like this and they're focused on work. Okay, watch $1 Million Listing Los Angeles. Watch $1 Million Listing New York. Those guys have wives or husbands that take care of home, and then they are squarely focused. Okay, so that's why they can have the pound and numbers game and all that. Whereas for us, and they like the thrill. Like a man, I read a book about men, and they like the thrill of the hunt. They want a beauty to rescue. And they, you know what I mean? They like that. Women, we're not like that. We're more nurturing, and we do like to hit our goals. Don't misunderstand me, but it's different. Okay. So, and I want to say that not all women are the same, but those are just a few of the differences. And I actually have 9 differences, but I'm not going to bore you with it all. But I was at a local association, in Northern Virginia, DC area, and I talked a couple months ago. And when I was talking about this, I had a standing ovation from ladies. And this one lady came up crying, and she's like, I have a such and such, I'm not going to mention names, coach. And that's all I hear. They guilt me into feeling like I haven't done enough. Okay, I haven't done enough. But see, my whole thing is that we women need to know that we need to know that it's dive into our brand, dive into who we are, and then focus on one thing in your market, and focus online, building your business, engaging with, building your audience, engaging with them, and in a way that's comfortable for women, and you can make 6 figures if you want. But the other thing that I think is important with the women's movement is that success isn't. I don't want success to be defined by and most women don't, by other people, because then we feel less than. Oh, well, if I don't make 6 figures, then I suck. Or if I don't make 500,000, I suck. If I don't make 80,000, I suck. But the thing is women, we should be able to say, you know what? If I do one deal every other month and I bring in 35 grand for the family income, then I'm good. In other words, we have to support women in them being autonomous to decide what their goals are, as opposed to, man, you ain't nothing until you make 6 figures, which is why on my competitors' websites, they talk about how the average agent makes 30 and our agents 10x that and make 300,000. Well, my average client makes just under 300,000, but guess what? That's not the most important thing. The most important thing to me as a woman is to make sure that they feel like they actually like life again. And that's why on my website it says, get excited about life again. Because so many women are pushed down, feeling less than, and they allow it to happen, or they do it to themselves. Don't misunderstand me. But that goes back to the fact that women are twice as likely as men to be depressed. So you see how everything is like interrelated, okay? So my honesty in pointing out these facts, do you resonate with this? Does this make sense to you? Because if so, then you could be an ambassador for the movement, okay? So I just wanted to reiterate that not only did those guys that I met, and like I said, they were nice guys. I'm not talking bad about them, whoever watches this. I'm just saying what they said. We need to get some women's initiatives. And he said, and actually, we're going to enact those in 2020. And I thought, man, it's an afterthought, A. And B, I thought, but who are you talking to? Because you're 2 men, okay? So a woman's movement was sorely needed. So last April, we launched the She's Unstoppable Live conference, and we had 514 women. It was amazing. people said that the women said it was like unlike any conference they've ever been to, because I didn't allow ugliness. There was one lady who came up to me and said that a lady talked bad, like weird stuff. And I walked up to the lady and I said, you know what? This is a drama-free zone, and I would love you to stay, but only if we can only talk positive. That lady ended up leaving, and that's okay. Okay? It's okay. And then she begged me for her money back, and I said no. Okay? Because this is women empowering women, women supporting women, lifting each other up, which is why it was such an amazing event. And, you know, I could mention names, but like the people who met through Girls Guide and now who are meeting through She's an Unstoppable Agent. And when we get together in person at the conference once a year, it is unbelievable. It's like a big party. Okay. So I got Dottie Herman, who Forbes magazine said was the richest self-made woman in America. And she still is. She's on the Swanepoel Power 200 list for the last, I think, 12 years as a most powerful woman executive in the residential real estate industry. Okay. And then she brought on Tracy Tudor from $1 Million Listing LA, et cetera. It was just amazing. We had industry influencers. We had a bunch of top agents and with teams and everything else. So for this year, we are continuing that. And we are having 3 women from the Swanepoel Power 200, the CEO of Exit Realty, Tammy Bedell, the president of EXP Realty, and they're all women, of course. And then the senior vice president of Berkshire Hathaway, and then a senior vice president of something else. I don't even know. I can't remember. I'm not good with like pageantry, but I just know that they're like big. And so the neat thing, and I have 2 others invitations out, okay, because the thing is I want to do community of women over competition, right? Doesn't matter what brokerage you're with. We're all have to come together. So to prove that even further, I am having a coaching panel where I've invited women who, like me, only specifically, exclusively love and want to coach women, agents and brokers, join me on stage. So I'm having I'm showcasing my competition. And that only further proves to you that, because some people won't like me, right? Some people won't like you in your market. And that's okay, because you want your marketing to repel and attract. So anyway, it's just so unlike any other real estate conference, and especially this one, we're taking it to a new level in that way. So there's shopping, and there's a pre-night reception, and then there's a round table at lunch for the VIPs and whatever. So now that you have a better understanding of the movement as to why it's needed, okay, the goal is to empower, train, encourage, train, just really give women what they need. Because when you look at the when you look at the real trends lists, both in teams and individual agents, only 20 to 22% are women. So that means that, 78 to 80% are men on the list. And so what I did was I digged a little deeper onto the teams that were led by men, and most of their agents were women. So why do men have the balls to go ahead and start a big team? And yet, so they have the guts to do the team, to get everything situated, buy the Zillow leads, get the systems in place. And then who do they bring on to do the work? The women. Now, I'm not begrudging the men. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm all about it. Okay. But I'm just saying, I want to empower more women to get out of fear. According to Psychology Today, a woman has to have things at least 80% buttoned up before they launch. A man, 20%. Actually, it's 18. Okay. So a man can have something 18% done, and they'll launch with it. They got to figure out the rest. Women, we feel like, and that's why women, that's what I say when you watch me on my videos. I'm like, stop getting ready to get ready. And so this is the woman's movement, ladies. This is what I need ambassadors to get on target with me to help me champion women so that they understand that it's okay that they do business differently. And it's actually that you're finally being heard, and that there is a path to success, and there is a path to make more of us women on the list if we want to be. So if in fact, the facts are that if most of the women don't want to have a team, and if most women do not want to be at the top of the list, that's one thing. But in the agents that I talk to, and I talk to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds in a year, there are many that want to get to the next level, that want to make six figures, that want to, get in the top 5 or 10 in their market. And fear is crippling. And they feel like this because they don't want to do they'll go outside their comfort zone, but they don't want to do some of that kind of stuff. Okay. So if this all resonates with you, then so far we're good. The conference is a manifestation or a demonstration of everything that I'm talking about. So I guess, basically I'm thankful for you being on the call, discussing this amazing opportunity, and to become one of my inner circle VIPs. So I want to talk about what it means to be an ambassador, and then how you're going to benefit. Okay. So each of you has worked with female agents, has a sphere of female agents, friends, or in your office. And this movement is about life change and business change, right? And so giving hope, not hype. Okay. So not giving the hype, but giving the hope and a path, right? So, being sincere on so many levels is what I am. I'm like, this is why I get up in the morning. But it means supporting the conference. It means getting the word out about the conference. And I'm going to tell you that every ambassador is going to get a free VIP ticket into the conference. And it's going to be a guest on my podcast, and is going to be brought up on stage at the conference, because you're going to be thanked immensely for being an ambassador to get the message out. Earlier this week, Judy and I were named on the Risk Media 2020 Newsmakers. And Judy and I used to work together, but now we don't. But the reason that we were put up as a trendsetter for a 2020 Newsmaker in Risk Media is because of the She's Unstoppable Live conference. Okay. So Judy wasn't going to do that anymore. She might be a speaker, but she's not going to be spearheading it, because she's doing Christian entrepreneurial coaching for anybody that does anything. Me, I'm in the real estate space. So this is now my baby. And it's so cool because Risk Media saw last year, because one of their people was there, how different it was. And that's why we were named a trendsetter. Okay. So just because of that. So that should show you, again, a demonstration or a positive step that this is the right thing that we're supposed to be doing. And it also means, sharing the resources and helping me brainstorm how else we can help people. Okay. So it's inclusive. It's all about being in my inner circle and helping me reach more women to have more hope, and to stop it being down here, like men here and women here. And again, I'm not against men. You just saw my son walk by. This is not male bashing at all. This is just bringing women up. Because I can't do it alone. Okay. So now I'm ready to broaden the truth and empowerment that I know. So, I know that this only happens through deliberate, intentional steps forward. Okay. So that's why, as an ambassador, we would supply you with, whatever we need. Like for the conference, we have social media every week, different social media, and we're going to throw it so that you can throw it out. You're going to be VIP so that you can come experience it and understand it. Of course, you have to get yourself there, but once you're there, you got the VIP experience. And I want to, honor you in the podcast, on stage, and ongoing, so that we can again have, I'm calling them monthly powwows, but really it's like this. It's a Zoom call where the agenda is, okay, this is what's going on in the movement. Okay. What we're doing. Now I share with you a business building, strategy that is the very latest. Like one of the speakers at the She's Unstoppable live conference, April 14th, is Christina Daves. And I just had a meeting with her. She's my PR coach, and we are just getting started. And she is wow. Okay. And what I mean by that is, even since I met her at, last year's conference in April, which she was floored at. Okay. She was floored by how flawless. What, I hear a noise. I don't know what the heck that is. I guess it's somebody outside. I don't know. It sounds like it's in my house. But what was I saying? Oh, so she is a speaker and she's going to bring information. But she also said, you know what, Jan? When you get your ambassadors, I want to give them this, come to them with this Zoom. So you're going to get features with, or FaceTime, if you will, with people that are in the industry, because I want you to prove that women can do it differently. And so the ambassadors are going to be people who have to be serious minded and really want to, learn and implement. Okay. So, when it's not conference time, then we're still going to meet once a month, okay, with where we are, and then business building, and then a time for round tabling, what else we can do, okay. Then we're still going to have social media stuff for you to put out monthly, okay. So because we have to keep the keep going with our message, because think about it. When a new movie's coming out, I mean, I don't know about you, but I get sick of seeing the commercials. It's like over and over and over and over and over and over. Look, I'm not interested in your dang movie. Stop. But they just keep going. So we just have to keep going. All right. So you get your association with your name with the movement. And so some of you in your market, that would mean something, right? Like for me, in my market, I went after, and I hate to say went after, but I did back then. Now I would say I'm attracting and growing my audience, women, okay? So they would have been all about, oh yeah, Jan, she's an ambassador for the women's movement in real estate, right? But I know, ladies, that this is going to get attention more and more, because I have a PR person that I'm paying really good money for. And then the second thing is that when I was with Coldwell Banker last year, when they came and spoke at the She's Unstoppable, the lady I know, Susan Yanicone, she is a senior VP, and she said, we're doing a women's initiative. Berkshire Hathaway is working on a women's initiative. And there was a third one. Who is it that's working on a women's initiative? Zillow is working on a women's initiative. Okay, women's agent initiative. So all these people are working on women's. After I started working on this, right? And so what impact can we make if I get 2 women from every state, so that we don't, and there are some states that I don't think I have any members in Girls Guide or on She's an Unstoppable Agent. So there might be some states that are larger that I might have 3. But it's going to be something where you have to sign up, and have to, not sign up, but you actually have an application process. And so for this meeting, I wanted to have the link so that I could give it to you on this call. I am recording it. But my assistant had something happen. And so, before the night, she's going to have a link where I will be able to get it out to you. So if you're live, okay, and if you're listening, either way, I'm going to give you my personal cell phone number. And I would like for you to text me your email. This is just the easiest way that I can figure out how to do this, because I want to email you the application. If you don't want to do it, delete the email, no hard feelings, that's fine. If you are interested in taking it to the next level, it's just like 6 questions. One of them is your name. So, but if you could text me your email, okay, even if you think I already have it, because I'm managing so many things. So my cell phone number is area code 540-931-5050. So 931, it's area code 540-931-5050. So if you're interested in getting an ambassador application, text me your email. I'll get it to you. Maybe not till tomorrow, maybe tonight. I don't know. It's Friday night. So I wanted to say one more thing. Okay. So because I need the right people, I need people who this is really on your heart. Like you really care about women like I do. Like I get up at 3 a.m. because I have an idea. Do you guys like that? Like I get an idea. I have a pad and paper by my freaking bed, and I will use my phone for light, and I'll write down my idea, and then I'll go back to sleep. Thankfully, I can do that. I can go back to sleep. And I started that when I was in counseling, and he said, okay, you're going to be uncovering some things, so leave a pad of paper and a pen by your bed. So that's why I've always done that. So, but if this is passionate for you too, then I definitely want you to apply. And I will be back with you soon. So let me check in the chat. I don't have any chats. So I think I've been trying to be clear. I'd like to start this as soon as possible. The conference is 3 months away. And again, it's not just about the conference, but that's a huge conduit to getting people together, to see it in action, see how women can be together and not be catty, because there was only that one situation and we took care of it. So, any questions? I don't see any in the chat. All right, ladies, if you think of something, you now have my text. Please text me. Otherwise, I look forward to getting back in touch with those of you who respond. Janet says, I love last year. She's unstoppable. Yay. And she came all the way from California. So yeah, it's worth the trip. It's worth the trip. And you guys, whoever becomes an ambassador, is going to get a VIP ticket. So you come on the 13th. We have the VIP reception with pink champagne if you drink alcohol, pink lemonade if you don't, and amazing hors d'oeuvres with all the industry influencers, with the top agents, with these executives that are on Swanepoel 200. If you don't have any idea what I'm talking about, go Google it. You'll freak out. These women are very powerful in residential real estate. And then the day of the conference, we have the power lunch kind of round table with, again, all these industry influencers, which you could be an industry influencer, right? If that's what you want to be. You don't have to be, but if you would want to be, you'd want to hang with these people and hear what they had to say. And then the next day, which is the 15th, as a VIP, if you want to stay, you don't have to, but if you want to, if you can't stay, I'm recording it. From 9 a.m. to 12 noon the next day, the day after the conference, we're having a doing session. Because a lot of times you go to this conference and you learn so much and your head's exploding and you're freaking out and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, I can't wait to get back. And then you get back and you have the craziness of getting back. And then you're like, I'm going to get to that next week. And I'm going to get to that next week. Next thing you know, your notebook's put away and you're like, wait, what did that lady say? I can't remember. So I want to, while it's fresh, meet 9 a.m. to 12 noon the next day. Then you fly out and you actually have a plan of implementation. Because what happens with a lot of women, more than men, unfortunately, is that we have too many priorities, in which case we have none. So that's why the doing. So, all right, ladies, I'll talk to y'all later. I hope you have a great weekend, and I look forward to, if you're interested, getting your application. Thank you. Bye-bye.